Blog Talk Radio.
It was war about a week ago. They shot my man, I was with him about a week ago. In my city, round the city, we should stop that. Keep losing, trying to win with the get back. Don't you see where that gets us? Who's cooler? There's a body, there's a shooter. There's a man without a future, now his homies out to get ya. And the cycle just continues if we only just remember that we stronger together. We was made here to give, we was made here to love, we was made here to live. Yeah, we stronger together. We was made here to give, we was made here to love, we was made here to live. Now get your money, get success, and live a good life. Need to put the guns down and get your mind right. Get your money, get success, and live a good life. You need to put the guns down and get your mind right. Now won't you make peace? Won't you make something of yourself? Won't you make something of you? Make peace. Won't you make something of yourself? Revenge ain't sweet. Now when you gotta watch your back and you just can't sleep, it's a lot of other things that you just could be. A better man, better woman, better human being. Instead of building one another, we killing up all our brothers, consoling them crying mothers. They got us in front of judges, they got us in orange jumpers, cuff us and put us under. This ain't the life of none of us, we need every one of us. We stronger together, we was made here to give, we was made here to love, we was made here to live. Yeah, we stronger together, we was made here to give, we was made here to love, we was made here to live. Now get your money, get success, and live a good life. Need to put the guns down and get your mind right. Get your money, get success, and live a good life. You need to put the guns down and get your mind right. Now won't you make peace, make something of yourself, won't you make something of you, make peace, won't you make something of yourself, make peace.
Put aside all your pride, try to focus on right. When you go eye for eye, then we all end up blind. We were put here to fly, we were put here to shine. We were put here to fly, we were put here to shine. Put aside all your pride, try to focus on right. When you go eye for eye, then we all end up blind. We were put here to fly, we were put here to shine. We were put here to fly, we were put here to shine.
Now won't you make peace, make something of yourself, won't you make something of you, make peace, won't you make something of yourself, and make peace. We stronger together, we was made here to give, we was made here to love, we was made here to live. Yeah, we stronger together, we was made here to give, we was made here to love, we was made here to live. Now get your money, get success, and live a good life. Need to put the guns down and get your mind right. Get your money, get success, and live a good life. You need to put the guns down and get your mind right. Make something of yourself, make something of yourself. What you make something of yourself. And make peace.
Hey, this is DJ Dika, make peace. Turtle Vision.
And Miss Vicky in the house.
What's going on, listeners? I pray and believe that everybody is having a festive Sunday night evening. You know, listeners, let me go back. How are you doing, Miss Vicky?
I'm doing good. I can't complain. I mean, we dealing with issues of life every day, but I can't complain. I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to even give power to an issue. So I feel Amen. That's interesting that you said that. I was able to do virtual church today, and that was kind of like what the pastor was talking about. He's doing a series. And last week we were talking about the emotions, and sometimes for us Christians, we're like in the world like we're supposed to be, and we follow it like we're supposed to be. Some of us, and sometimes what I got out of it is, okay, yes, because I say it all the time. So somebody say hi, Dika, how you doing? I said I'm blessed and highly favored. When I say that, that's ministering to myself, to keep me uplifted, and I'm ministering to somebody else. So he was kind of using that as an example that even though we may say things like that, but then we're going through stuff, and we kind of like bury it, like, oh, I'm a Christian, you know, God gonna take care of it. I'm not supposed to be having any feelings or even giving it the power. So he was saying that in the Word it does say there's a time for everything. So that was last week. So this week he talked about it a little bit more, and he was like, you know, we all need our emotions and all that, and sometimes we be worried about tomorrow, or we worried about yesterday. Can we just focus on today? Focus on today. Yep. Tomorrow gonna take care of itself. And he used an example. You know, sometimes we'd be like, "Oh, they gonna die." I'm just using it as an example. He's like, "No disrespect, but I'm making a point. Oh, they gonna die. They not dead yet. They're still alive. So let's focus on that." So I just say all that to say, you know, let's just stay in the day. Stay in the worry about yesterday or tomorrow. Yeah. Amen, amen. So thank you, Miss Vicky, for sharing that. Oh, Lord. Man, we just started. I got to take a breath. Take a breath. Goodness. Okay. What has happened this week? Yes.
Vika, I just want to say, and to those that are going through, I'm just here to encourage you and tell you it's going to be all right. You know,
amen,
it's just
amen.
that's why it's important that we have to do self-care and, you know, like have some type of recreation or some type of break in between, or you figure out a way. If you don't have no money, work out, exercise, walk, run. You know, if you don't exercise, use another vehicle. But there's different things you can figure out that you can do to help yourself to build yourself up, build your your mindset, build your mind, do maintenance on your mind, you know. So it's, you know, I can't take over the show and talk about, but I just want to encourage you for those that, you know, maybe you're not feeling all that today. So that's why you do self-care, so that you can store up for a day like this. So, like, you know, I can give a laundry list, but right now, today I feel strong. I feel good. I feel like, okay, I feel like the little issues that may be around are small, you know, but it's not like I don't have any, but it's just that I don't have to give power to it. And then the other part is that sometimes you need to let people know what's going on, but I don't think that it's healthy to talk about it that much, or you shouldn't talk about it to the wrong people. You need to talk about it to the right people. So with that being said, be encouraged. I'm done, DJ Dika.
Thank you. Thank you. DJ, myself and Miss Vicky, that's part of what Tunnel Vision is about. It's not, you know, it's about us discussing topics that sometimes people may not want to talk about, but it's also about encouraging, bringing awareness and empowerment. So we will do that throughout the show. So that's what we're here for. Because as we encourage you, we encourage ourselves. You know, we do this every week. And I look forward to it. I ain't gonna lie, I look forward to it. You know, I don't want to say it's my therapy, but hey. You know, and there may be times where I think get on here, but by the time I finish, I'm juvenated, you know, just by, you know, being this Vicky, you know, feeding off each other with agreement, when we're in agreement, and then when we disagree. But we disagree in love, you know, because everybody, all of us are not going to be on the same page about everything. But the point is, be willing to agree to disagree and still keep it moving, keep it pushing, and not hold on to that stuff, because that's what gets us in trouble. Oh, my goodness, this Vicky made me mad. I don't want to talk to her forever. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Come on now. It's okay for us to agree to disagree. You know, that's what makes the wonderful country that we live in so wonderful, because we can agree to disagree and keep it pushing, keep it moving. And then some of us want to hold on to grudges and don't talk no more. But that's not a healthy way to see things. So anyway, on that note, let's see, anything happened in this week that was, you know, praiseworthy? Let's see. I'll let Miss Vicky go first, because I know she has something very praiseworthy to announce that she did this week. You want to share?
Sure. I had to think about what it was. Yes, I actually do. When I had an opportunity to be transportation for a person leaving a domestic violence relationship. And basically, one of my side hustles is Lyft. And I went to go pick up a young lady. And as she was getting in the car, she was like, hi. I was like, hi. And she had her suitcase and she said, hi. She said, but I'm sorry. I'm leaving a domestic violence relationship. And I was like, ooh, did I hear her right? I said, excuse me? She said, I'm sorry. She said, I'm leaving a domestic violence relationship. I said, girl, come on. And she was like, oh, they don't know I have a space and time to leave. When we pull off, I'm going to turn my location notification off, and then they won't know, I'll be gone already. Because when I do that, then they're going to know something's wrong, and they're going to be coming to look for me or whatever. And so I was able to take her to her safe haven, and along the way, I let her get comfortable and relax. Well, she wasn't comfortable, but I let her just ride for a minute because she was had a lot of anxiety, but she was sitting there quietly listening to the music that I was playing. And then I began to tell her some things. But one of the things, I'm not going to go through everything I said. I'm just going to tell you this one thing I said to her. And I told her, if I don't tell you nothing else, educate yourself on domestic violence. And that right there is so powerful because once a person experiences domestic violence, that means they're vulnerable to be a part of a vicious cycle, that it can possibly happen. I'm not saying everybody, but I'm saying that they are susceptible to a vicious cycle, which means that they can end up in another type of domestic violence relationship, that it shows up differently. It may be the same type of violence, but it show up in a whole nother way, or it may be a different type of violence. But whatever the case may be, it can happen again. But if she educates herself, then that can create tools for her to either prevent her from going into one, or an intervention, helping her create an intervention to get out of it if she gets in one and realizes that she's in one or she's with somebody like that. Also, it can build up her self-esteem because she knows more, and then she starts working on herself in areas, because most people that end up in that type of stuff, they have low self-esteem, so she can build her esteem up. So anyway, that's what I told her, and I felt very happy, and I felt empowered, because not that I was the answer, but I feel like God used me to be her transportation to get to the safe haven, and then also he touched my heart to share and give her my testimony, as well as give her tools in that short ride. So I'm really excited about that.
Thank you, Miss Vicki. I'm glad you were able to be a blessing. Thank you, Miss Vicki. I'm glad you were able to be a blessing to that young woman. I have a similar story, but I'll share next week. Pretend I have the same kind of testimony as well in Uber. So I'll share that next week, because, we're going to get into our subject, and we've been talking about Divide by Karen Kingsbury, and it's talking about a woman's story of domestic violence. So throughout I shared about the book, we are going to bring up things about domestic violence and give you resources. So one resource is 211. You can call 211, and when you're in a safe place and you're not around your abuser, you're able to get to the phone. 211 will give you bigger resources. And there's a reason why we say that, because we don't want you to put yourself in more danger than you might already be in. When you get to the point where you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, then you're ready to go. So use wisdom. Use wisdom when you get to that point, and reach out to resources to help you leave safely. Okay. Moving on, November is a National